rehabilitating the underage that find themselves in conflict with the law. Well, a story that Ayanda Ali Payne is following this morning out in Qaqwa is the opening of a juvenile centre out in that area. I've seen a lot of activity there, Ayanda, a lot of people arriving. Social workers, have you managed to have a conversation with them as well?
Yes, indeed, Leanne. A very good morning to you once again, or shall I say, khotsong, as they do say here in Qaqwa, in Phutadichaba, in the Free State. That's where we are this morning. You can see the mamas to my right. They're singing, they're dancing. There was a drum majorette band not too long ago. The community here welcoming this particular centre, saying they've been having problems with young people, bacha, misbehaving, perhaps due to poverty, perhaps due to a lack of recreational services, but they have been going wayward or going astray. And so this particular initiative has been widely welcomed, as I said, by community members. Of course, as you mentioned, Leanne, we're officially opening the Thabo Mofutsanyane Secure Centre here in Phutadichaba. The sounds of the mamas are singing not too long ago. They are Twaranang Diodi. And I think there's a sense of community galvanizing, coming together to solve a number of social ills plaguing this particular area, but not uncommon to the rest of the country as well. And you mentioned, Leanne, social workers. In fact, I'm joined by a social worker now to speak to us more about some of those ills that are prevalent in this particular community. Bulelwa Jikeka is here with us this morning. Sisi, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning to you too. Thank you for inviting me here.
Talk to us a little bit about how common the problem of child offenders is in this particular area.
It is very common because per day the children are being arrested and we are assessing them every day. It is very common.
And how do these children find themselves in this particular predicament? We spoke to the MEC for Social Development not too long ago. She raised the concern that the children are bringing forward, which is fatherlessness or absent fathers and a lack of role models. What other social factors come to the fore that make these children lead a life of crime, perhaps?
Okay, like the MEC has indicated, I think the fatherless, the lack of role models, and mainly the poverty is also contributing a lot for them to commit a crime. Yes.
Talk to us about some of the crimes that the children commit. We spoke to a police officer not too long ago who said things like housebreaking are prevalent because children are wanting to steal things to sell so that they can have something to eat, but also some of them because they've just simply nothing to do, they're just misbehaving. What sort of crimes do these children get arrested for?
Like I've said, the main contributing factor is poverty. So housebreaking is the main one because they lack food at home. So they do housebreakings and shoplifting. So that one is very common in this area. And other ones but they are not common, like rape, murder, theft. But the main one is housebreaking and theft.
There were a number of incidents that have happened recently. I know there was a situation where two elderly women, I think over the age of 60, they were twins, these ladies, were raped by a group of youngsters who had come to rob the area where they were living. There's that incident and also a number of cases where youngsters were involved in crime. Speak to us about how children are graduating, for lack of a better word, from petty crime such as maybe pickpocketing and to more gruesome crimes. What is making them move or evolve to such more serious crimes?
The main problem or the main contributing factor is the gangsterism. So they are graduating from housebreaking and then they form gangs. And there from the gangs then is where they learn about the rape and committing mostly serious crimes. I think the gangsterism is playing a big role.
This particular facility where we're at today has a magistrate's court, it has a computer lab, it has recreational facilities, it's got educational facilities for these youngsters, there are therapists, there are a number of programs that are put in place to try and make sure that the children are rehabilitated and they don't re-offend. But how do we prevent the children from even coming to such a centre? This for me is very reactionary and it's good, but how do we make sure that young people don't get involved in crime?
We are rendering crime awareness campaigns where we are educating them about what is crime and what are the consequences of committing crime. And we are also doing therapeutic programs where we are teaching them about life skills. In life skills, we are teaching them about decision making and self-image, all those stuff that will make them a better person tomorrow. So we are having those therapeutic programs that we are rendering to them. And mainly the awareness campaigns are playing a big role, especially in schools, because it's where we are targeting our youth at.
Thank you so much for all your hard work. And I know social workers often don't get a thank you. You work so hard, oftentimes neglecting your own families in order to stand in the gap and facilitate for that. So my thanks to you on behalf of South Africa and the rest of your team as well for that. We'll have to leave it there for now. Bulelwa Jigega is a social worker. And again, as I said, social workers work very hard and often it's a thankless job. We leave you now with the beautiful music from Twaranang Diodi. Bomme bako kwakwa.